Welcome to the MasterMind Library. They call me Ferdinand, the bringer of balance, leader of many disciplines, and one of your hosts of the MasterMind Library, the home of the MasterMind Book Club on FHTII.com. Trigger, how you doing? You doing good? You want to introduce our live audience? Who's that right there? Who's that?
Louis.
Okay, who's that over there?
Titi.
Who's that over there?
Dyer.
Who am I?
Titi.
Who are you?
Twitter.
Very good. Good job.
Twitter. Titi.
All right, y'all. So we are in episode 163 of the MasterMind Library, and we've been reading from the Ageless Woman, Natural Health. And let's go ahead and put it on the screen for everybody. All right, so we got the Ageless Woman over here. Natural Health and Beauty After 40. Powerful material in here. We've been touching pretty intensely Maharishi Ayurveda, and we've been going into the doshas. All right, so let's go ahead and go to our chapter and let's get started. We're going to be talking about purification today. All right. Okay, chapter 6, purification for relief of your more serious symptoms. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Perfection in health requires purity in the channels of gaps. The Charaka Samhita. We have seen how Ama builds up in the body, blocking the interaction of nutrients and hormones with your tissues, and causing your more serious and troublesome midlife symptoms. In this chapter, you will learn how to rid your body of this hormone-blocking, disease-causing waste, clearing it from all your internal passageways down to the microscopic levels where it lodges within your cells. With your personalized program, tailor-made for cleansing and purifying those specific tissues and bodily wastes that give rise to your individual symptoms, you can begin to turn around stubborn midlife problems and feel healthier and younger once again. Designing your individualized self-treatment program. If you suffer from troublesome symptoms that have not resolved with simple lifestyle and dosha balancing measures, then more powerful techniques to cleanse and remove Ama from your body are in order. I think it's Amu. You can design your own 2-part deep cleansing program with the information provided in this chapter. First, the section titled Foundation Program, 3 Steps to an Amu-Free Body, consists of a personalized herbal water recipe, a spice mixture, and a mixture of balancing grains. Second, the Correcting Specific Tissue and Waste Imbalances section provides lifestyle and diet tips for clearing your tissues and bodily waste of Amu, as determined by your results in the Chapter 5 quiz. This guide also identifies which diet and lifestyle factors cause imbalances in which particular tissues so you can avoid those causative factors and protect your body in the future. If you are not a do-it-yourself type, or you feel you need extra help in handling your midlife symptoms with Maharishi Ayurveda, or you simply want a professional opinion, it is always valuable to consult with a MAV-trained healthcare practitioner for a personal evaluation and a pulse assessment. See the resources for information on how to consult with a MAV practitioner near you or on the web. Research on the Foundation Program. Several years ago, I tested a standardized version of this program with 27 women between the ages of 45 and and 65, who had a variety of midlife symptoms, as well as increased bone turnover, a risk factor for weak bones and fractures later in life. The program included a Wise Water, Power Grains, including organic soy granules, smart spices, daily oil massage, and 2 herbal products for bone health. The basic premise of this pilot study was that imbalanced doshas, amu, and weak digestion lie at the root of midlife symptoms and bone loss, not lack of estrogen. By creating inner balance, both bone health and other symptoms should improve. The results were very encouraging. On average, the participants experienced significant reduction in hot flashes, heart palpitations, insomnia, and excitability. In addition, their bone turnover rate showed a trend towards normalization. Many of the participants also reported overall improvements in digestion, physical strength and stamina, energy, and mood. Claudine's experience is typical of the women who participated in this study. During this study, I simply felt better, more nourished. My body felt more satisfied. I also felt much more relaxed and less strained in my life. I've continued with the program after the study was over because it made me feel good. Foundation Program, 3 Steps to a Pure Body. The Foundation Program is your ticket to newfound vitality through AMU free living. By following the simple 3-step approach, you will begin to cleanse toxic buildup from your cells and tissues to restore full energy and maximize your remaining hormone power. The phytoestrogen-rich foods, spices, and herbs you are eating will also help balance your hormones and enhance assimilation of valuable nutrients. The result should be a substantial decrease in your symptoms and, in the long term, protection against the degenerative diseases that can accompany menopause and old age. The Foundation Program has 3 steps. First, throughout the day, drink your own personalized herbal wise water, formulated specifically to address your symptoms. Wise water is key to clearing stubborn, deeper deposits of amu from the tissues and helping to clear wastes and toxins from your body via the kidneys and liver. Water carries the healing power of the herbs deep into the inner recesses of your tissues. The herbs and spices in this water provide phytoestrogen support at the same time that they cleanse the channels in the cells and tissues thoroughly and gently. Second, eat a personalized smart spice mixture. You can saute this mixture in olive oil or ghee and drizzle it on vegetables, or add it as seasoning to your soups or legumes, or simply sprinkle on top of whatever you are eating, even in a restaurant. This mixture supplies phytoestrogens, helps with digestion, stimulates metabolism without overstimulating your body as diet pills do, and helps your body burn up the accumulated amu in your tissues. Third, every day eat a mixture of power grains, including whole barley, rye, millet, and 2 ancient grains recently reintroduced to our modern diet, quinoa and amaranth. This mixture provides a healthy mix of naturally occurring vitamins, minerals, and plant hormones. It also provides high quality protein in an easily digestible form that won't block your body's channels the way meat or cheese products do. It is perfect for an evening meal, together with a lentil soup and vegetables. This basic 3-step foundation program should be followed for at least 3 months. Even though improvements may come quickly, keep in mind that the amu and imbalances have usually been around a long time. In order to make lasting improvements and to overcome resistant symptoms, it's best to continue your 3 key healing components for at least 90 days. After that, you may continue the entire program as long as you feel good with it and are enjoying benefits. However, it is a good idea to retake the quiz at the end of chapter 5 every 3 months and readjust your wise water recipe to match your evolving needs. You are now ready to design your own individual foundation program with the help of my directions and recommendations. First, a word of caution about the herbs and spices you will be using in your recipes and formulations. An important note on safety and tolerability, what to expect. The herbs and spices used in the herbal water and the spice mixture are all well tolerated by the great majority of individuals. The risk of adverse reaction is especially low in these recipes because they are used in very small amounts and are diluted in a relatively large amount of water or cooked with food. This diluted delivery system allows the herbs and spices to penetrate to the target tissue where they are needed, but makes them gentle on the rest of the body. In treating literally hundreds of patients with herbal water and spice mixtures over a number of years, I do not recall any patient ever having an allergic reaction to any of the herbs or spices. On the other hand, allergic reactions to anything new are always possible. If you know you are allergic to some ingredient, obviously you should just leave it out. If you are a particularly sensitive type and your personalized wise water recipe contains some herbs or spices that you are unfamiliar with, start with only the basic 3 spices: cumin, coriander, and fennel. After a few days, add one ingredient new to you in a smaller amount than recommended. If that goes well, increase it gradually to full dose. Then begin to add a second unfamiliar ingredient at a small dose. Continue similarly until your herbal water recipe is complete. Sometimes mild, transient discomforts may occur as a result of the cleansing process in action, especially in the first week or two you use herbal water and personalized spice mixture. If you feel any minor discomforts, such as increased bowel movements, mild headache, restless sleep, or intestinal gas, stop for a couple of days until things settle down and then start again at half dose. If serious symptoms occur while you are following this program, see your doctor right away. They are most likely not related to this program and should not be ignored. If you have any serious health problems or are on blood thinners or other prescription medications, be sure to check with your physician before following this or any other herbal or supplement program. Never discontinue prescription medications without consulting your physician. If you are taking a lot of over-the-counter medications or vitamins, herbs, and food supplements, try to reduce those supplements before beginning this program. It is also best to begin to reduce the main offenders in your diet: alcohol, red meat, fried foods, excessive sweets, or processed foods. Purifying your diet directly supports the process of cleansing your body. Remember that your liver must process all the amu and toxins that will be released as you cleanse your tissues. If your liver is already trying to process other medications, supplements, and herbs, as well as hard to digest foods, then you may overload it and will not get optimal results from this program. Keep in mind that you are trying to improve your body's inner balance through eliminating and supporting your body's inner intelligence. Hitting it with a multitude of isolated chemical signals, whether natural or not, is likely to do more harm than good. Step 1. Drink your personalized herbal wise water. The first and most important step in getting started is to formulate your own personalized recipe for your wise water according to the directions that follow. Your wise water will include specific herbs and spices chosen to cleanse the tissues you identified in the Chapter 5 quiz as causing your symptoms. Once you have formulated your recipe, make and drink your wise water every day to start the process of relieving your symptoms. Please follow the instructions carefully regarding both the content of the herbs in your herbal mixture and the preparation of the water itself. Every detail has a reason, and deviating from the prescription will reduce its effectiveness. Preparing your wise water. Your wise water must be made fresh every day, fresh each day. Use only whole seeds or teacut sized pieces of the ingredients, except mangista, which is a powder. For dried flowers, use only organic, food grade flowers and only the petals, without stems or leaves. Boil 1.5 quarts of plain, pure water for 5 minutes. Pour into a thermal container, preferably one that is portable and has a glass or stainless steel, not plastic, lining. Then add your recommended herbs. Don't boil the herbs in the water or the delicate bioactive ingredients, including aromatic components, will evaporate. Tighten the lid on the thermal flask and allow the mixture to steep for at least 15 minutes before drinking. Formulating your wise water recipe. Your personalized recipe starts with a base of following 3 herbs: cumin, coriander, and fennel. Use 1/4 teaspoon of each. Please use measuring spoons for accuracy. Cumin helps you absorb and use nutrients. Coriander helps eliminate toxic chemicals and waste through your kidneys. And fennel helps reduce gas and bloating and normalizes your digestion. Agni. Add, add to this base the specific herbs and spices prescribed for your individual tissue and waste imbalances, and your specific menopausal symptoms you identified in the Chapter 5 quiz, i.e., add the ingredients listed for any tissue that you scored a 3 or higher in the Chapter 5 quiz. In the section that follows, personalized wise water ingredients. These specific herbs and spices are listed for each tissue and bodily waste. Write it out. See Table 6.1 for a sample of this recipe worksheet. Divide a piece of paper into 2 columns, labeled My Tissues, Waste on the left, and My Wise Water on the right. Refer back to your Chapter 5 quiz results. In the left-hand column, write the name of each tissue and waste you scored high in. You might write, for example, blood plasma, fat and hormones, and urine. Next, in the right-hand column, write down the 3 basic ingredients I have already given you: cumin, coriander, and fennel, and their amounts, a 1/4 teaspoon each. If you have prominent hot flashes, mood swings, or irritability, add ingredients recommended for your symptoms listed under specific midlife symptoms in the following section: personalized wise water ingredients. Finally, look again in that section for specific tissue and waste imbalance recommendations. For each tissue or waste you have listed on your sheet, write in the right-hand column the herbs and amounts for balancing it. For example, for blood plasma, write Ajuan seeds, 1/8 teaspoon. For fat and hormones and for urine, add the herbs mentioned for those tissues. If an herb or spice appears in your recommendations more than once, simply include it in the largest amount specified, i.e., do not triple the amount if it is recommended for 3 separate tissues. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Let me lay them down. All right. Personalized wise water ingredients. The following herbal ingredients are for use according to your specific tissue and bodily waste imbalances, as well as any specific midlife symptoms you may be experiencing. In the following lists, find those tissues and bodily waste that your Chapter 5 quiz results revealed are the source of your AMU blockage and resulting symptoms. Add the specific ingredients listed in those tissues to your personalized wise water recipe. The resources section tells you where to buy various ingredients. Specific tissue imbalance: blood plasma, rata. Add 1/8 teaspoon of Ajuan seeds. Since Ajuan seeds are somewhat heating, reduce or skip this ingredient if you are having lots of hot flashes. Red blood cells, Rakta. Add 1/4 teaspoon of Mangista, powder or leaves of teacut size. Muscle, Mamsa. Add 1/8 teaspoon Indian Sarsaparilla. Fat and hormones, Mida. Add 1/8 teaspoon black cardamom seeds or 3 green pods of whole cardamom. Bone, ashti. Add 1/4 teaspoon marshmallow root, the herb, not the white puffy marshmallow sweets from your grocery store. Bone marrow. Add 1/4 teaspoon bala root. Reproductive essence, shukra. Add 1/4 teaspoon Indian asparagus root. Specific bodily waste imbalance, stool. Add 2 leaves of fresh mint, crush slightly with your fingers before adding. Urine. Increase coriander to 1/2 teaspoon. Add 10 crushed pumpkin seeds. Sweat. Include 1/8 teaspoon Indian sarsaparilla root. Specific midlife symptoms. If you have any of the following specific symptoms of menopause, add the following herbs or spices as indicated for extra balancing power. Troublesome hot flashes. Add 1 teaspoon organic rose petals to your basic recipe and 1/2 teaspoon Indian asparagus root. Shatavari. Mood swings. If easy crying and feeling emotionally sensitive is your main symptoms, add 1/4 teaspoon Indian, Chinese, or Egyptian hibiscus flowers to your basic formula. Note: do not use Western American hibiscus as it can have an aggravating effect on menopausal symptoms. If anger or irritability is your main symptom, add 2 dried rose buds or 1 teaspoon of dried rose petals, organic or food grade only. You may use both types of flowers in your wise water if needed. Vaginal dryness. Include 1.5 teaspoon marshmallow root in your wise water. Lack of libido. Include 1/2 teaspoon of Indian asparagus root. Shatavari. The traditional name for this plant means 100 husbands. Instructions for drinking. Drink your wise water throughout the day until about 6 p.m. After that, it may promote nighttime urination that can disturb your sleep. Pour 1/2 to 1 cup of it into a glass and allow to cool to a lukewarm or room temperature before drinking. Most thermal containers have a screw-on lid that pours when partially opened. This automatically strains most of the herbs. Otherwise, you may want to place the herbs in a stainless steel tea ball before you put them in the water, or pour the water through a tea strainer before drinking. Please simply drink the liquid portion. Do not eat the herbs themselves. The water-soluble fraction of the herbs is therapeutic, but the other components of the whole herb may be aggravating to your body. You may drink plain water and other beverages during the day according to your thirst and desire, but be sure to drink all your wise water by the end of the day. Clean your thermal flask with a bottle brush after each use to remove any residue that may build up inside. Step 2. Add smart spices to your daily food. Many spices are potent aids to digestion and elimination, helping to prevent mood formation and aiding its removal, and are phytoestrogenic as well. Others, like turmeric, are antioxidants and detoxifiers that fight the spread of free radicals and other toxins. Some, such as ginger, are probiotics, which promote healthy bacteria in the gut for strengthened immunity. Others support the immune system, reduce inflammation and heat in the body, are natural pain relievers, and help calm the nerves. In fact, nearly every spice listed in this chapter has been shown by scientific research to have not only one, but many of these effects, all delivered in the form of one tiny, completely natural spice package. Unfortunately, those of us eating Western diets have largely missed out on this tremendous built-in source of antioxidants, phytoestrogens, probiotics, and the like. Our Western-style diet is nearly devoid of spices compared to Indian and Asian cooking. Fortunately, It is not necessary to change your entire cooking style to begin to gain the benefits of these intelligent, health-giving spices. To accommodate those who must eat in restaurants and to make spicing your food at home a breeze, make up your own portable spice mixture from the recipe and instructions provided below. See box, Smart Spice Mixture Recipe. This mixture is called SMART because it will automatically provide whatever your body needs. It will purify and detoxify, normalize heat, stimulate digestion, help elimination, reduce gas and bloating, and provide antioxidant protection. These spices are usually readily available in supermarkets, Indian grocery stores, and most health food stores. Ideally, use organic spices. Try your whole food grocers first to prevent contaminating your wise water and smart spice mix with harmful pesticides. Preparing your smart spice mixture. Mix together the cumin, coriander, and fennel seeds and the turmeric powder. Grind into a fairly fine powder in a spice grinder or clean coffee grinder. Stir your spice mixture in a dry pan over medium heat until lightly browned, about 2 minutes, to bring out their full flavor and beneficial effect. Cool and then store the mixture in an airtight portable container and keep in a cool place away from direct sunlight. Make this spice mix fresh every couple of weeks to derive the greatest effect from the spices. You may buy the spices already in powder form, but they won't be nearly as effective or have as lively and delicious a flavor as those you grind fresh yourself. Also, resist the temptation to skip the step in which you lightly brown the spices in a pan. Eating some raw spices, especially turmeric, can be unhealthy for the liver and other parts of the body. Using your smart spice mixture. All spices contain a wide variety of beneficial components. A particular spice's components are either water soluble, available for use by your body when dissolved in water, while other components are lipid soluble, available when carried by fats or oils. To get the full benefit of both water soluble and lipid soluble components of your spices, include both of the following methods of cooking with your spices each day. For benefit of water-soluble components, mix half teaspoon of your spice mixture in with soups while cooking. Add half teaspoon of your spice mix to grains that are cooked in mixture, such as rice. Sprinkle over vegetables while steaming, or at least sprinkle on steaming hot vegetables at the table. For benefit of lipid-soluble components, measure half teaspoon of your spice mixture in 2 to 3 teaspoons of olive oil or melted ghee, clarified butter, available in most health food and gourmet stores. See resources for the address of the website that contains this recipe. And heat at medium temperature until an aroma is apparent, about 1 or 2 minutes. Then add vegetables for a stir fry or drizzle the mixture over your cooked rice, grains, vegetables, or other dishes just before serving. When eating out and unable to cook, put a portion of your mixture in an airtight container and carry with you in your purse or briefcase. Sprinkle half to 1 teaspoon of your mixture on your vegetables, sandwich, grains, pasta, or other dishes at both lunch and dinner. Step 3. Add power grains to your daily diet. Now you are ready for the final step in the foundation program, adding powerful grains to your daily diet. Grains are from the class of foods known as carbohydrates. As athletes know, carbohydrates are a dependable source of long-term endurance and energy. However, they are not all created equal. Many of the carbs we eat in our typical American diet, white bread, commercial cereals, baked goods, are highly refined and devoid of vitamins, minerals, and fiber. The refining process strips whole grains of their inherent cholesterol-lowering, cancer-reducing, blood sugar balancing, and probiotic effects. Whole power grains, complete with their outer husk and nutrient-rich inner germ, provides slow-release energy along with naturally packaged vitamins, minerals, and protein. They deliver steady, dependable energy throughout the day, helping to prevent that dip many of us experience as the afternoon wears on. Gathering your power grains. To begin to gain the benefit of your power grains, make a trip to your local Whole Foods market to stock up on quinoa, amaranth, millet, rye, barley, bulgur, wheat, whole wheat couscous, and buckwheat. All of these grains have phytoestrogenic effects and are rich in minerals and protein. The first four are particularly high in minerals and protein and are considered especially healthful by Vedic medicine. You may want to add organic, non-genetically modified, non-GMO soy granules available in many Whole Food stores for complete protein balancing and added phytoestrogenic action. Preparing your power grains. Place 2 cups of water in a saucepan and bring to a boil. Add 1 teaspoon of ghee or olive oil and half cup of grain. Use any one grain at a time, or mix 2 or more for variety and to equalize texture and flavors. For example, amaranth can be heavy and sticky when cooked alone, so you may wish to mix it with an equal amount of quinoa. Boil for 10 minutes and then reduce heat. Simmer until the grain is tender, usually about 15 or 20 minutes longer, except for whole rye, which takes up to 40 minutes to cook. Adding the teaspoon of oil is important to prevent grains' inherent drying effect of on the body and intestines, which is particularly unwelcome at and after menopause. You may add your spice mixture to your grains as you cook them, or saute your spices in oil and drizzle over the grains at serving. Eating power grains daily. Include at least 1 serving of power grains in your diet each day for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Using a crock pot overnight or during the day while you are at work can make grain preparation easy and convenient. Many women have told me they especially like these power grain combinations. 1. For lunch or dinner. Equal amounts of couscous, quinoa, and amaranth, or just quinoa and amaranth. For breakfast, equal amounts of quinoa, couscous, and oats, or quinoa and oatmeal, cooked in milk or rather with a little ghee and 1/8 teaspoon cinnamon or cardamom powder. Correcting specific issues and waste imbalances. In this section, you will learn what lifestyle habits and dietary factors have led to the buildup of AMU in your particular tissues and wastes. With this awareness, you will be able to avoid these causes while you are doing the foundation program and on into the future. Once your channels have been cleared, your body must be strengthened to help prevent the buildup of AMU in your most vulnerable areas. This section also gives tips for strengthening and nourishing each of your affected tissues and wastes throughout your diet and lifestyle. Cleansing your tissues. Your symptoms tell you which tissues are clogged with nutrient and hormone blocking AMU. But what causes AMU to build up in those particular tissues more than in others? Check the results of the Chapter 5 quiz to see which of your tissues showed the most buildup of AMU. Then find those tissues below that to identify the causative factors that make you vulnerable to disturbance in each area. The symptoms for each tissue disturbance should clear up gradually as you stick to the 3-step foundation program and eliminate the causative factors. Basic recipe hints are given here. For more detailed recipes, check the websites listed in the resources. 1. Blood plasma, rasa. Rasa is the clear plasma portion of your blood that carries nutrients absorbed from your intestines to your entire body. There is a special connection between rasa and the skin, mucous membranes, breasts, uterus, and ovaries. Factors that cause rasa disturbance. Rasa is the most easily disturbed by factors that affect the overall strength of your digestion, such as fasting, eating meals at irregular times, not drinking enough water, eating a lot of dry foods, chips, crackers, popcorn, dry cereals, consuming too much salt, skipping or delaying meals, especially when you're hungry, eating when you're not hungry or before your previous meal is fully digested, or overeating. Rasa can also be disturbed by staying up late at night, not getting enough sleep, breathing shallowly and holding your breath when stressed, and by mental stress, worry, and fear. Avoid these causative factors to help rebalance your rasa. Lifestyle and dietary tips. To rebalance rasa, rehydrate your body with plenty of pure water, juicy fruits, and vegetables. These help to build up and nourish the clear part of your blood as well as purifying it. To resolve rasa symptoms, eat 1 or 2 sweet, juicy fruits every day. Drink plenty of pure, room temperature water. Slow down, relax more, and get more sleep. And give yourself an abhyanga oil massage each day. See chapter 4. 2. Red blood cells, Rakta. Rakta refers to the red blood cells and bile, which is composed largely of the breakdown products of red blood cells. Factors that cause Rakta disturbance. Rakta is most easily disturbed by the types of foods you eat and your emotional life. Very acidic foods, tomatoes, fermented foods, very alkaline foods, leaven with baking soda, and toxins, alcohol, nicotine, drugs, chemicals aggravate Rakta, as does frequent anger or frustration. If your Rakta is disturbed, avoiding fasting, hot, avoid fasting, hot, spicy, or very salty foods. Vinegar, including condiments and salad dressings. Caffeine, any unnatural food additives or contaminants like artificial coloring or flavors, preservatives, MSG, and pesticides. Also avoid alcoholic beverages, recreational drugs, including marijuana, fermented foods, including sourdough breads and soy sauce, and aged cheeses, including Parmesan and feta. Avoid exposure to toxins, including many household cleaning products, over-the-counter painkillers, allergy medicines, and as many prescription drugs as possible. To help maintain your bliss, avoid violence, watching violent movies or news shows, and going to bed late after 10 p.m. Lifestyle and dietary habits. To purify and balance Rakta, follow a diet of more neutral tastes, not excessively spicy, sour, or salty, with plenty of pure water and organic fruits and vegetables. Also, cultivate a more forgiving and tolerant state of mind through meditation and plenty of cooling outdoor exercise, not tennis in the hot sun. Details on how to balance your emotions are given in Chapter 10. To resolve Rakta problems, never skip or delay your meals. Eat 1 or 2 sweet, juicy fruits each day. Pears, apples, grapes, and melons are especially good. Eat plenty of squashes, zucchini, cucumbers, fresh cilantro, and beets. Include rose petal jam or rose water in your daily diet. Try a teaspoon of rose petal jam on toast or 2 teaspoons of rose water in lassi or warm milk. Drink a 1/4 cup of aloe vera juice daily. Drink fresh, organic carrot juice once or twice a week. Add a dash of black pepper or juice with 2 thin slices of fresh ginger root for almond-free digestion. Eat some raisins each day. Soak in warm water until soft, or cook with hot cereal, stewed fruit, or vegetables for better digestion. 3. Muscles, mamsa. Mamsa refers to the muscle tissue in your body, which includes your uterus, blood vessels, glands, bladder, bowels, and heart. Factors that cause mamsa disturbance. Mamsa is most easily disturbed by factors that promote the formation of dense, sticky, and clogging amu from your food. That includes foods that are old, leftover, or otherwise not fresh, and foods that are cold, dense, rich, or heavy, such as many cheeses, deli foods, and ice cream. Leftover or impure meats. Non-organic meat or fowl, for example, are especially disturbing to your body's muscle tissue. Since these foods are made of muscle themselves, they tend to affect your body's muscles directly, providing either good protein nourishment or toxic substances to your muscle and glandular tissues. If MAMSA is disturbed, Avoid overeating and eating deep fried foods, cold foods, salads, ice cream, cheese, frozen yogurt, deli sandwiches, and cold drinks right out of the refrigerator or iced beverages. Avoid eating non-organic, leftover, or processed meat, poultry, or fish, and avoid eating meat or cheese later in the day after 2 p.m. Get plenty of physical exercise. Lifestyle and dietary tips. To balance and purify mamsa, pursue activities that tone and strengthen your muscles and increase circulation to them, such as yoga, stretching, exercise, and a daily oil massage. Also, follow a lighter, preferably vegetarian diet. Eat amla berry preserves available in Indian grocery stores, or take almond berry tablets, 1 tablet twice a day with meals. Amla berry helps the body make healthy muscle tissue, according to Ayurveda. Eat 1 or 2 dates per day and 1/2 to 1 cup cooked buckwheat at least once a week. Strictly avoid red meat, pork, and cheese. Fat and hormones. Meda. Meda refers to the fat tissue, hormones, and carbohydrate metabolism and is involved in regulating the metabolism of the entire body. The liver, fat tissue, pancreas, thyroid, and brain especially important roles in media. Factors that cause meta disturbance. Meta is most easily disturbed by factors that clog up and slow down your metabolism, such as eating too much fat or sugar, not exercising enough, eating too many calories, and eating too much in the evening. If your meta is disturbed, avoid eating refined carbohydrates, sweets, cookies, cakes, chips, crackers, etc., French fries, and other deep fried foods, curdled foods, cheese, yogurt in the evening, and heavy foods like meat or cheese or creamy, rich foods on a regular basis. Avoid cooking with impure oils such as non-organic, refined vegetable oils, lard, or genetically modified canola oil, eating late at night after 8 p.m., and consuming excess fat. Avoid drugs and medications that disturb sugar metabolism, such as corticosteroids, pesticides, and any fat-soluble chemical toxins. Lifestyle and dietary tips. To resolve MEDA symptoms, get more exercise, increase the amount of fiber you eat, cut out refined sugar and white flour entirely, reduce fat and oils in your diet, eat organic foods as much as possible, and use only organic, unrefined olive oil or up to 2 teaspoons of ghee daily. Always saute your olive oil, ghee, in spices as described earlier in this chapter. The following foods are especially good for you. Bran, whole cooked grains, especially barley and quinoa. Green, leafy vegetables, chard, kale, spinach, and broccoli, and legumes, lentils, dals, dried beans, and peas. Eat them every day. Bones, asti. Asti refers to your bone tissue and what MAV calls its metabolic relatives, your cartilage, hair, teeth, and nails, where symptoms of poor asti nourishment may appear. Factors that cause asti disturbance. Asti is most easily disturbed by factors that aggravate vata dosha, such as late nights, mental stress, and irregular meals. If asti is disturbed, avoid impure, lead-contaminated calcium supplements, mercury and other toxins, smoking, hormonal imbalances, including reproductive, thyroid, and adrenal hormones, certain medications and drugs known to cause bone loss, including seizure medications and corticosteroids, and mental stress. Major depression increases your risk of osteoporosis. Get enough nutrition, especially calcium, magnesium, zinc, iron, and vitamin D, and enough exercise. Lifestyle and dietary tips. To keep your bones strong, You need adequate dietary calcium and vitamin D. However, you also need good digestion and assimilation to allow these nutrients to be absorbed. MAV says that Asti requires balanced Vata dosha for good health. Details on how to support your bone health are found in Chapter 8. To resolve Asti symptoms, eat calcium-rich foods, including sesame seeds, tahini, broccoli, blanched almonds, kale, and fresh asparagus whenever it's available. Take a 20 to 30-minute morning walk in the rising sun, preferably without sunscreen. Vitamin D production through the skin is more effective than a supplement. Some studies indicate. And give yourself a daily oil massage. See Chapter 4. Bone marrow, Maha. Maha includes not only your bone marrow, the main production site for your red blood cells and immune cells, but also your immune system, brain, and central nervous system. Factors that cause Maha disturbance. Imbalance in Maha can mean that your immune system is not functioning optimally. Adrenal exhaustion, inability to stress, and chronic lack of stamina are common symptoms in Maha weakness. Get a complete checkup from your medical doctor if your Maha tested out of balance in Chapter 5 quiz. If Maha is disturbed, avoid eating unnatural, unwholesome foods like junk food, processed food, fake fats, genetically engineered food, food not ripened on the tree or vine, and food grown with pesticides. Also avoid drugs that suppress bone marrow function, including corticosteroids, mercury, lead, and other toxins that impair immune function, and alcohol and other recreational drugs. Reduce your mental stress. Consume foods rich in calcium, magnesium, and vitamins B6 and B12. Get plenty of sunlight to ensure adequate vitamin D intake. Lifestyle and dietary tips. It's very important that you get more rest. Do gentle but regular exercise, a daily oil massage, and eat very healthy and pure, wholesome foods to help restore your immune strength and the strength and resilience of your nervous system. To resolve Maha symptoms, avoid junk food and processed foods. Eat organic foods as much as possible, and include asparagus in your diet. Aim for 2 or 3 times per week. Eat nourishing foods like date milkshakes. Add 2 medjool dates to 1.5 cups organic milk and bring to a boil. Let cool to warm. Blend in blender and drink. And rice pudding. Cooked fresh at home with organic milk, basmati rice, raisins, chopped nuts, a few threads of saffron, and organic raw sugar to taste. Include walnuts, pecans, and blanched almonds in your daily diet, and eat mangoes when they are in season. Reproductive essence, shukra. Shukra relates to the reproductive essence of the body, specifically the eggs in females and the sperm in males, but more generally the vagina, uterus, and ovaries. Shukra is also closely related to immune function and overall strength and stamina. If it is well nourished and maintained and not unduly spent for sexual functions, then it supports the production of ohas, the life-giving essence of the body. Factors that cause shukra disturbance. Shukra is most easily disturbed by factors that deplete you of energy, immune strength, and nutrition, or that overtax your reproductive system, such as too much sexual activity or too frequent childbirth, babies less than 2 years apart. If shukra is disturbed, avoid unwholesome foods lacking in nutrients, mental or emotional stresses, carbonated beverages, baked goods made with baking soda or powder, and alcohol. Also avoid pesticides and other chemicals with carcinogenic, estrogenic, or DNA damaging effects, such as atrazine, DDT, DDE, dioxin, and PCBs, ionizing radiation, such as X-rays and radiation treatments, and drinking liquids or eating foods that have been stored in soft plastic containers, which can leach infertility-causing chemicals if kept in warm environments. Lifestyle and dietary tips. To balance shukra, practice moderation in all your habits, including sexual activity. To restore your shukra symptoms, get enough sleep, at least 8 hours. Go to bed by 10 p.m. and give yourself a daily oil massage. See Chapter 4. Eat nurturing foods like the date milkshake and rice pudding described under Maha. Fresh asparagus 2 or 3 times a week, including walnuts, pecans, and blanched almonds in your daily diet. Eat mangoes when they are in season, and eat 1 sweet, juicy pear or apple each day. Purifying your waste. Your 3 malas, or bodily wastes, are urine, stool, and sweat. Determine from the Chapter 5 quiz which ones are relevant to your symptoms and follow the dietary and lifestyle tips below to purify and rebalance your malas. 1. Urine. Generous intake of pure water pure water every day. A diet rich in organic fruits and vegetables, and minimal or no toxins and junk food are important for a healthy urinary system. To purify your urine, follow these recommendations. Avoid eating sour, acidic, or fermented foods or supplements, citrus, tomatoes, vitamin C, alcoholic beverages, and vinegar, including vinegar containing condiments such as ketchup, mustard, and salad dressings, or very alkaline food, such as products made with baking soda and baking powder. All of these foods may irritate or inflame the bladder. They may also disturb the body's neutral pH acid balance, causing the blood and urine to become too acidic or too alkaline, which can lead to bacterial growth and urinary tract infections. According to MAV, the following foods will help balance and neutralize your body's pH, improve urine flow, and reduce the tendency for infections. Every day, eat sweet, juicy fruits such as pears, apples, sweet plums, and sweet grapes. Green, leafy vegetables at lunch, and at dinner, squashes, winter and summer. A little cooked or grated daikon radish, and coriander and fresh cilantro in your cooking. Use the following blend of spices as your smart spice mixture instead of those described in the foundation program. 1 part turmeric powder, 2 parts cumin seed, 3 parts coriander seeds, 4 part fennel seeds, 1 part fenugreek seeds, and 1 part black peppercorns. Put all the ingredients in a dry pan without oil and stir for a few minutes over medium heat until lightly browned. Remove the heat and allow to cool. Then blend and powder the ingredients together in a spice or clean coffee grinder. Place in a small airtight container and carry with you to sprinkle on food when eating out. Use a 1/4 to a 1/2 teaspoon per meal. Drink pure water. The purity of your drinking water is extremely important. Avoid drinking chlorinated water. If you have no choice, boil the water in a stainless steel or glass vessel for 5 minutes to allow the chlorine to evaporate out. If there are too many minerals in the water, as evidenced by a cloud of tiny white precipitates that appear as you boil it, let the water sit for 24 hours after boiling in a covered pan, and then slowly pour the water off the top. The heavy mineral deposits will stay at the bottom. Don't use reverse osmosis on a regular basis because it contains no minerals. Water should be naturally composed of both pure water and earth mineral elements. Fresh spring water containing a natural mineral balance from the earth is the best kind for your body. Do not delay visiting the bathroom when you feel the urge to urinate. Suppressing or delaying urination gives chemical toxins and bacteria more contact time with your bladder, allowing them to interact with your urinary tissues. It also causes back pressure on the kidneys, which can be damaging, as well as downward pressure on the urinary sphincter, which can lead to urinary incontinence leakage over time. Finally, it can interfere with the functions of vata dosha in your lower abdomen, creating bloating, gas, or constipation. 2. Stool. Good digestion is critical for a healthy quality and quantity of stool. The following recommendations are aimed at correcting the imbalance in digestion that is at the root of problems with the bowels. There are two sets of recommendations, one for normal stool consistency or constipation, and the second for loose stools or diarrhea. Note, always check with your doctor if you have had a change in your bowel habits or have bleeding associated with a bowel movement. For normal stools or constipation, drink this culinary lighter fluid to fire up your digestive system before lunch and dinner. Bring a cup of pure water to a boil. Remove from heat, add a quarter teaspoon of cumin seeds, and let steep for 10 minutes. Then add 10 drops of lime juice. Drink before lunch and dinner whenever possible. Do not skip or delay meals. Overeat at a meal or eat between meals if you are not hungry. Go to the bathroom promptly when you feel the urge to eliminate. Do not suppress or delay eliminating once you feel the urge. Make a habit of drinking 2 cups of pure warm water in the morning on an empty stomach. If desired, add the juice or a quarter lime and 1 to 2 teaspoons of raw honey for extra amu busting power. Increase the amount of figs, prunes, and raisins in your diet. All should be soaked in water overnight to soften and hydrate them. Also increase the amount of cooked green leafy vegetables you eat. Do not skip breakfast. Start your day each morning with a stewed apple or pear, cooked in water with 1 or 2 cloves added. Even if you normally skip breakfast, if you usually have a bigger breakfast, eat your stewed apple or pear first, and then continue with the rest of your meal. With your hot cereal or whole grains cooked with water, quinoa, whole wheat, couscous, amaranth, bulgur wheat, or cracked wheat, cook 1 or 2 teaspoons of wheat bran. Avoid rice, cheese, red meat, and potatoes, especially after 2 p.m. For loose stools or diarrhea, the following recommendations are helpful in most cases. However, it is advisable to check with your doctor regarding further evaluation if your symptoms persist. Loose stools or diarrhea without an infection cause, such as intestinal virus or dysentery, are referred to as grahani, meaning a disturbance in digestion and assimilation in the small intestine. Use 1 or 2 teaspoons of pomegranate chutney with your meals instead of the smart spice mixture. Recipe: separately grind up 1/4 teaspoon black peppercorns, 2 teaspoon cumin seeds, and 1/8 teaspoon cardamom seeds. Add one at a time, mixing well after each addition to a mixture of 8 teaspoon pomegranate seed powder, available in most Indian grocery stores as anar dana powder, or freshly ground pomegranate seeds, 2 teaspoons salt, and ½ cup organic whole cane sugar. After mixing all dry ingredients, add 1/4 teaspoon fresh lemon juice. Store in an airtight container for up to a month. Eat khichdi at least once a day, either at mealtime or as a snack in between meals. It should be warm and fresh, not left over or refrigerated, and composed of 10% dal and 90% rice. To make khichdi, mix 1 tablespoon split yellow mung dal, available at Indian grocery stores and some health food stores, with a ½ cup white basmati rice. Rinse well in cold water. Add 1 and 1/4 cups of water and a pinch of salt. Bring to a boil, then simmer covered on low heat until soft, about 20 to 30 minutes. Then add ½ teaspoon of your pomegranate chutney and enjoy this nourishing, easily digested dish. Drink up to 4 cups of kungi. Drink up to 4 cups of kungi, a special type of homemade rice milk, with meals or between meals each day. Boil a ½ cup of organic basmati rice in each cup in 8 cups of water for 20 minutes. Strain the rice out and pour the water into a thermos. Add half teaspoon to a quarter to 1 quart thermos, or add a pinch of fresh cumin powder to each glass. Kanji helps to rehydrate your body, slows down and firms up bowel movements, and provides electrolyte support. At lunchtime, drink 1 or 2 cups of fresh lassi made from non-fat yogurt. Add a pinch of baked ground cumin powder to each glass. Sweat. Purifying your sweat requires reducing bad fats and sugar in the diet and increasing exercise. Follow these lifestyle and dietary tips. Get more exercise. Avoid refined sugar and white flour entirely. Reduce fat in your diet. Consume more fiber. And eat organic foods as much as possible. Use only organic, unrefined olive oil or up to 2 teaspoons of ghee per day. Always saute your olive oil, ghee, and spices as described in the directions for Smart Spice mixture earlier in this chapter. Foods especially good for you include bran, whole cooked grains, especially barley and quinoa, green, leafy vegetables, chard, kale, spinach, and broccoli, legumes, lentils, dried beans, and peas, and dao, so add them to your daily diet. See the resources for websites that provide recipes for these and other Ayurvedic healing foods. And that, got a little bit more. And that concludes chapter 6. Our next episode will be coming at you with chapter 7, your heart healthy and happy naturally. Powerful information, ladies. I hope y'all are out there listening. Hope y'all are out there getting the book out of the MasterMind Library. As I was telling everybody before, the MasterMind Library is available in the description of this video and all of the podcast videos. So anytime you want to go on the MasterMind Library and you want to get yourself a book on really anything that can provide saving power for your life to help you get closer to your destiny, you can find all of that in the MasterMind Library. So yeah, go in there. There's the encyclopedia, the encyclopedia of natural healing in there. There's the Lost Book of Herbal Remedies in there. There's a book on foraging in there. There's quite a few books on holistic health and healing and herbology, and I believe there's some pathology books in there. There's some biochemistry books in there. So everything that you would need, to take your health to the next level is in the MasterMind Library, and it's right there in the description of this video. So I recommend and I encourage everyone out there to walk that path. All right. Well, now y'all be blessed and expose your gift.